computer. Okay. Do you have any general questions that you want to start with before we begin?
No, unfortunately, it's been, well, I would have one general question of you, but it's been a long time between problems that I've had more than you've had. So, we can start where we want. I did want to get the question answered, about the, new minor forcing, because there's something there that I don't
Okay.
understand.
All right.
And
So let me give you a sequence where it would be new minor forcing.
okay,
I open a diamond. You bid a heart. I rebid a no trump. New minor forcing is only applicable when the opening bidder rebids a no trump.
all right, can I ask you a question right now?
Yeah.
All right. What does your point count have to be to bid the one no trump at that point?
11 to 14 or 12 to 14.
11, 14, and what?
Yeah. It's like opening a no trump. It's like opening a weak no trump. When you open a suit and rebid a no trump, it's some people play a weak no trumps. They don't play 15 to 17 no trumps. They play 12 to 14. So it's the equivalent of opening a no trump, a weak no trump. But when you rebid a no trump, systems are not on. Stamen is not on. Transfers are not on. But what is on is new minor forcing. So in the auction that I just gave you, where I opened a diamond, you bid a heart, I bid a no trump. Now, if you want to find out about the majors, you bid the new minor. What's the new minor? Clubs. Because I bid a diamond, you bid a heart. I bid a no trump. So the new minor is two clubs. So if you bid two clubs, that is new minor forcing. And what it's asking me to tell you is about the majors. Do I have three card support for your heart suit? Or do I have my own four card spade suit? And if I have those, I bid them with the hearts kind of taking precedence if you have both. So that's new minor forcing in a nutshell. It's exactly what it's called, new minor. It has to be a new minor that hasn't been bid. And it's asking about the majors. What it's usually valuable for is if you have, say, a 5-card heart suit, and I've opened a diamond and you've bid a heart and I've bid a no trump, you want to know whether I have 3-card heart support or not. If I have 3-card heart support, you want to play it in hearts. If I don't, you probably want to play it in no trump. So by bidding the new minor, I will show you my 3-card heart support if I have it. If I don't have it, I'll bid something else. So
Well,
you'll know that I do not have 3-card heart support. I only have 2.
by bidding the new minor, is the
Yeah,
match
the new
is
minor is an ask. It's a completely artificial bid. You could have a void in clubs. You don't need any clubs to bid 2 clubs. It's asking you, it's the number one question it's asking is, do you have 3-card support in the first suit that I bid, hearts? And the second question it's asking you is, maybe do you have a 4-card spade suit? Bid that. And so it's asking about the majors.
all right. Let me ask you a different question. Based upon what I've been reading here, what happens if you're the opener and you bid a major?
Okay.
Does it make any difference?
Depends. If I open a heart and you bid a spade and I bid a no trump, 2 clubs is a new minor or 2 diamonds is a new minor. And it would be asking me, first of all, do I have 3 heart spades in my hand?
So the first bid by the new minor is asking you if you have a 3-card X suit.
If you have 3-card support in the suit that you've already bid. In other words, I opened a diamond, you bid a heart, I rebid a no trump. So it's always over. It's only over a rebid of one no trump. It's got to be a rebid of one no trump by the opener. And then if you then bid the new minor, you're asking me, do you have three card support for the suit that I just bid?
Okay,
All right.
but 1 second, please.
Okay.
Okay. Does the person does the opener, okay, who's bidding no trump,
Right.
is he bidding no trump in his mind to go to a new minor forcing, or
No,
is he
no, no,
bidding?
no, no. He's just describing his hand. That's all. He's not in any position to be making decisions about where the contract's going. Bridge
So
is all about describing your hand to your partner. And whichever partner ends up with the most amount of information about both hands is the one that sets the contract. So when I open a diamond and you bid a heart and I rebid a no trump, I have no idea where the contract's going. You could have 20 points. I'm just telling you my hand. I have a balanced hand, a balanced shape, and I have 11 to 14. Some people might play at 12 to 14. That's it. Now, if you want to find out more information, you could pass one no trumps, perfectly acceptable to pass if you're on a balanced hand. But say you had a 5 card heart suit, you might prefer to play it in hearts if I had 3 card support, which I could easily have. So you bid the new minor, I show you whether I have 3 card support or not, and then you do whatever you're going to do based on you now have the most information. Usually when somebody has bid a no trump, whether they've opened a no trump or rebid a no trump or rebid two no trump or opened two no trump, they're no longer the captain of the ship. They've described their hand very, very nicely with a tight range to their partner. So their partner is the captain of the ship. Their partner is going to make the decision about where the final contract belongs.
all right,
And you
if
can
you had
ask
three,
questions along the way, like new
right,
minor forcing is a question.
if you had three, let's go back to your example, okay? Let's
Diamond
say
heart, no trump. Okay.
okay, so let's say you have three hearts.
Okay. So when you bid 2 clubs, the new minor, I'm going to bid 2 hearts, showing you I have exactly 3 hearts. Because if I had 4, I would not have rebid a no trump. I would have raised your hearts the first time. Always, 100% of the time. So when I rebid a no trump, I do not have 4 hearts. And your bid of 2 clubs is asking me, well, do you have 3 hearts? I know you have at least 2 because you showed a balanced shape. I wouldn't rebid a no trump if I had a singleton heart. So when I rebid a no trump, I either have 2 hearts or 3 hearts, nothing else. And if you want to know how many I have, that's what new minor forcing asks.
Well, how does the person who's in the responder, maybe I missed something here. How does the responder, let's go back here for a minute. You open, I forget what you said you opened with, but let's say you open with one diamond and the responder bids a heart or a spade. And then you as the opener go back and bid one no trump. So you're looking at your hand and you're saying, as an example, okay, based upon what the opener asked, I need to tell him what
No, no,
what
no, no, you're not telling me anything. You're asking me. You're not telling me about your hand. You don't
so
need to tell me about your hand. I have defined my hand when I rebid one no trump.
I'll say, okay, so
So it's you're in the captaincy here. You're the one asking questions. And
all right,
once I answer your questions, you can place the contract.
all right, so if you had five hearts in your hand
You
as a
talking about
response.
the one heart responder?
Yes.
Okay.
What would your response be in that situation?
Two clubs. I would want to know whether partner had three hearts. If partner then bids two diamonds, he is denying three hearts. His sole obligation here is to respond to your question. Your question is not about clubs. Your question is, because that's the new minor, you're asking me, what is my heart? Do I have two or three hearts? But do I have either two or either three? I have one or the other.
Well, you couldn't have five because you would have bid that out.
Didn't have four. I wouldn't rebid a no trump if I had four hearts. I'd bid two hearts.
Okay.
So either, and I wouldn't bid a no trump if I had a singleton heart. So this no trump bid either means I have two hearts in my hand or I have three hearts in my hand. This is a question. Which do you have? Two hearts or three hearts? This
So
answer tells my partner I have two hearts. You take it from here. I have now described my hand super well. I have a diamond suit. I have exactly two hearts, and I have 11 to 14.
all right, bear with me. I'm
You
starting.
can't describe a hand any better than that. So now
All right.
you as the partner, this is you are in a position to place the contract. Whatever you bid is going to be what we play it.
All right. It's funny. I'm looking at my papers and to write things down. I wasn't noticing what you were writing. But if the opener goes now and bids one no trump to that above option, how is he telling you that he has two or three?
Because you don't rebid a no trump unless you're balanced. It's the same requirements for opening a no trump. You have to be balanced to open a no trump.
Okay, so if as a responder, I see my opener has bid one no trump, that's telling me that he has at least two
But
um
but not four.
of the hearts. Now, if he had three of the hearts, what would he say?
He would rebid a no trump. You would ask, how many hearts do you have with the two clubs? If I had three hearts, I would then bid two hearts. And that tells you I had three hearts.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right.
I
Let's
guess I'll have to play it out and see what happens. What happens if you don't have it at all?
be more specific. I don't know what your question is.
All right, he comes back and he bids no trump, but he doesn't have two or three of the
He has to
suited.
have two or three, otherwise he cannot rebid a no trump.
Oh, okay. He
Can't
has to
do it
have
on
two
a
or three.
singleton.
He has to have two or three, and it has to be 12 to 14 points.
Yes.
But if the responder, go back for a minute, if the responder in his own hand is it possible for the responder to have five hearts?
It's possible for the responder to have seven or six hearts.
So if he,
There's
so the
no limit
responder,
on how many hearts the responder can have.
all right, so
He
if the
still
responder,
likes to know whether he has three card support. Sometimes you have six hearts and you want to know, do I have three card support or two card support? That's what new minor forcing is all about, is asking how many cards you have in the suit that I just bid.
all right, if he had five hearts,
He
would it
can't.
all,
Oh, you talking about the responder? Okay.
yeah, if he had five hearts,
Yeah.
okay, from
That's
that,
that's when you use new minor forcing, is when you have five. You're not, if you only had four hearts, you wouldn't want to use new minor forcing. You know you do not have a fit in hearts. You're positive. I can't have four. So if you only have four, there's no fit in hearts to be found. However, if you have five hearts, now you're very much interested, because if I have three hearts, you want to play the contract in hearts. If I have two hearts, You want to play it in no trump.
You have to alert
Only want to
what you're
play in
doing.
a suit contract if you have an 8 card fit. That's the key.
I'm gonna say that again, please.
You only want to play in a suit contract if you have an 8 card fit. You don't want to play in 7 card fits. You're better off in no trump. So the first goal in bridge is to find your 8 card fits, preferably in the major suits, not in the minors. Sometimes you can have an 8 card fit in the minors and you want to play it in no trump because it's easier to make 9 tricks than 11.
So if you don't have an 8 card fit, you're gonna play for what?
Well, that's up to you. I don't know how many points you have as the responder. You know how many points I have. I rebid a no trump. So you
Right.
can start adding points. You would need at least 12 points to be interested in game there. Because I'm showing you I have 12 to 14. So if you don't have at least 12, you're not really interested in game and you might just pass the one no trump or ask about the hearts. And if I bid 2 diamonds, you'll stop in 2 no trump, whatever.
Do you have to alert the opening team?
Yes.
Open
New
opener?
minor forcing is alertable. And if you're playing in an in-person game, it's the partner that alerts. In other words, in this case, it would be the one no rebid person who would alert that. If you're playing in with a human online, they use self-alerting. So it would be the person that bid the 2 clubs that would alert. But that's new minor forcing.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, okay, I'll go through some of my notes here and see, if it starts to make, I have these notes which shows opener rebids and it has some examples. It shows one bidding 4 card major, one bidding showing 3 card support for partners major,
Yeah.
one bid no trump with
Yeah.
stopper in the unbid suit
Yeah. You
and
could
raise.
try to learn bridge that way, where you just read Larry Cohen's column and just reread it and reread it and reread it and try to memorize it all. That's not bad for a beginning bridge player, but if you really want to get good in bridge, you have to play hands. And the best way for me to help you is making comments on what your bids are going to be.
Okay, by the way, I looked up Larry Cohen's thing that you told me about the other day.
Yeah,
And you remember you said Larry Cohen, and then you said he has a section that I should look at. And what was that section called? Do you remember?
I don't. Just start reading the homepage. That's the important. He directs you through his site quite nicely. I don't need to tell you to which section to go to. Just start reading his homepage and go from there. He is excellent for any beginner looking to improve their bridge game. He can
Yeah,
give you
what he had was a whole bunch of information about cruises. Um,
about
I,
what? Oh, cruises.
yeah,
That's not, well, those are his ads. I'm talking about his bridge. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. LarryCohen.com. Okay, LarryCohen.com right here. Yeah, these are his ads. You don't need to worry about them.
right. That's what I was getting.
Yeah, take your game to the next level. Click down, free content, instructions. It's been a while since I've been on his site. It does look like he's made it a little heavier. You'll notice here's bridge articles over here, bridge lectures, um, e-lessons right here. Larry's e-lessons. This is where you want to click. Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you.
All right.
Okay,
So partners open to no trump, 15 to 17 high card. What do you do with this hand? How many points do you have?
he's got 15 to 17 points.
No, how many points do you have in the south hand?
Oh, I'm sorry, the south hand, excuse me, I thought you meant the other thing. Okay. 4, 8, 12, 15,
Okay, so what does that
15.
make our range for our total possible points? If you add north 15 to 17 to our 15, you get 30 to 32 are is the possible high card combined points.
Right.
Exactly 30 to 32. So you have to ask yourself a question. Even if partner's on 17, do I want to be in slam on 32? And sometimes, but most of the time, if you don't have extra shape, if you don't have a 5 card suit, the answer is no. You do not want to be in a 32-point slam without shape. And notice the shape here is the worst shape you can have in bridge, which is 4-3-3. It's called square. The south hand is completely square. He has 15 points, and they're pretty good 15 points. They're sharp cards. Aces and kings are worth a little bit more than we typically value them at. And the jack is under the king. That makes this jack a little bit more valuable than if it was, say, the jack of hearts, because it's supported by a king. So we've got a fair 15 points here when you consider everything. So, do we want to be in slam? And the answer is no, we do not. There is no holding that partner could have that I would want to be in slam. Therefore, what is your bid? You are the captain. You are setting the contract. Your partner has told you what he has. It's not your job to tell him what you have. It's your job to figure out where the contract should be. Well, where do you think the final contract should be?
Are you looking to see the combination that
No,
uh,
just look at the south hand. You don't have a 4 card major. You have a 4 card minor. You certainly don't want to play it in 5 diamonds. You do have enough to force game. You certainly don't want to play it in a part score. So that's the way you look at all bidding. Do I want to play this in a part score? Do I want to play it in a game? Or do I want to play it in slam? And you do that every time your partner has narrowed their range. And opening a no trump is a very narrow range. We know their shape, it's balanced, and we know their point count. So it's our decision on where we want to play the final contract. So in your head, start thinking, where is the contract going here?
game?
Which is it, a no trump or a suit contract?
I'd probably go on a suit contract. I'm sorry, in a no
You
trump
don't,
contract.
yeah, you don't have a suit fit.
Right.
So you're going to play it in no trump. What should your bid be? 2 no is invitational. It can be passed.
I bet 3 no.
3 no direct. There's no reason to give any information to the opponents about your hand. You're going to play this in 3 no trump. All right, now let's play it. Count your winners. How many spade winners do you have?
4.
Can't have 4. You only have 3 cards in each suit.
We have ace, queen, king, jack.
Yeah, that's not 4 tricks. That's 3.
Why is that 3?
Because your ace, king, queen, and jack all have to be played in three tricks. You only have three cards in that suit. You only have three cards in that suit. You're in no trump. If you were in spades, you might be able to get an extra trick, but you're in no trump. So there's no way you're getting more than three tricks.
Correct.
Okay. So we have
Right.
three tricks in spades. How about hearts?
One.
They've led the 10 of hearts into your ace, queen, jack. You're getting at least two tricks. If he's led away from the king, you're winning this with the
Queen.
jack. If this person has the king, you're winning it with the jack. If he goes up with the king, you have three heart tricks. So you guaranteed to have two. And if the king of hearts is right there, you're going to get three because you can finesse it. You need to understand the power of finessing. That is a giant part of bridge.
All right. Be kind enough to say again what you just mentioned about the use of the 10 in conjunction with the ace, queen, jack.
Okay. So if we play small here,
So you're going to finesse.
no, I don't have to finesse. He led from the
You
right
led the
side
10.
of the table.
Okay.
So I'm winning this with the jack. Now, I do have an option to get back to the south hand and play that same heart finesse again. I'm going to lead and stick in the queen. So I might get three heart tricks. It depends on where the king is. If the king of hearts is there, I'm getting three heart tricks. If the king of hearts was over there, I'm only getting two. He led the 10, but if he had king 10 9, that is the proper lead, is to lead the 10 from the top of an interior sequence. So we don't know where the king is yet.
Okay.
I suspect that if the king was on the left, he probably would have gone up with the king, and he didn't. So I think the king of hearts is from the opening leader's hand on the right here. But we don't know yet, so we will list this as possibly three tricks. How about clubs?
Well, clubs, he has for sure one.
That's the only thing you have for sure. There's a chance of getting two. There's no chance of getting three. There's no layout of the club suit that would allow you to get three club tricks. There's a high probability if you can lead from dummy or from the north hand to the south hand that you will get two club tricks. You just need either the king or the jack to be over here. And then you will get two club tricks, but only one for sure. How about diamonds?
Two.
Two, and there's a slow diamond winner. I'm only missing five diamonds. They figure 68% of the time they will split 3-2. And so if I lose a diamond, I will score another diamond. So as a possibility, I'll get three, a pretty good one actually, 68% likelihood that I will get a third diamond. So if I count up all my guaranteed tricks, I only have eight. So I need one of these to work. Either the heart extra trick, the club extra trick, or the diamond extra trick. So what suit should we go after next?
Guess the spade suit.
Not obvious. No, you've always got three spade tricks. They're not going anywhere. If you
Oh,
catch three spade tricks, somebody's going to be left with a fourth spade, and then it's going to be good. So you want to save these three tricks once you've established your slow winning tricks. Your slow tricks are this third diamond trick. It's called a slow winner because you have to lose a trick first. Once you lose a diamond trick, you should have three diamonds most of the time. So that'd be a good place to start. That is our strongest suit. We have 8 card diamond fit. We only have 6 spades between us, 6 hearts between us, and 6 clubs between us. So you generally want to work on your strongest suit at trick 2. So let's do that. Let's lead a diamond. Play the ace. And we'll go ahead and play the king. So they did split 3-2. And it's always important when you know for certain how a suit is splitting, you want to know it as early as possible. I don't have to play another diamond to figure out they split 3-2. They both followed twice. So there's only one more diamond out. Let's knock it out. Now my 10 is good for sure. So I can go over here and I can make this 3 for sure. I now have 3 for sure diamond tricks. I'm going to make my contract because I have 9 tricks. Now let's see if we can make extras. The most likely play to make an extra trick from here is which suit? The 10 of diamonds is good. All my spades are good. The new suit where we can maybe get another trick is clubs or hearts. Which one is the most likely one we should work on?
Clubs.
Yeah. So we want to lead clubs from the north hand to the south hand. With this particular combination where you're only missing the king and the jack, I have the ace, I have the queen, I have the 10, I have the 9, I have the 8. So when you're missing only the king and the jack, you basically want to double finesse it. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Going to win that. And I'm going to lead the queen of clubs. Notice that I didn't cash this diamond. I don't need to yet. That's always going to be good. It's not going anywhere. Okay, that lost to the king. Now I'm missing the jack. I'm also going to take my heart finesse, which lost. The king was on my right, as I suspected. Now I have no immediate diamond losers, no immediate heart losers, no immediate spade losers. I can afford to take this finesse. I'm missing the jack of clubs. If the jack's on my left, I'm losing it. If the jack's on my right, I'm not losing it. I won it. So why did I get 2 club tricks? Because I played the club suit in a way where the only way I would not get a second club trick is if the king and the jack were over on my left. That's only 25% of the time. And these probabilities, it's not hard math. It's easy math. In other words, there's only 4 possibilities for that king and jack. The king could be on the left. That's 25% of the time. And the jack on the right. Or the jack could be on the left and the king on the right. That's another quarter of a time. The king and the jack could be on the left. That's another quarter, 25%. Or the king and the jack could be on the right. That's 100%. So that's the only ways that the king and the jack can be lying. Out of those 100 ways, only 25% of the time will the king and the jack be on the left. I just laid out the 4 possible ways, and only 1 out of the 4 had the king and the jack on the left. So double finessing, like I did, works 75% of the time. It's a huge percentage. And the double finesse you want to learn. Okay, so at this point, I have the rest of the tricks. My king and jack spades are good. My ace of hearts is good. My ace of clubs is good. My 7, 10 of diamonds are good. You can claim. Any questions you want to ask about this hand?
No, this was good.
Yeah, this was a real simple, straightforward auction that if you were playing in a club, almost everybody in the entire club would be in 3 no trump. That would be their contract. They might not all make 10 tricks though, because not every one of them knows how to play this club suit seat combination. You could play it wrong. Not too many ways to play it wrong. I guess you could lay down the ace and then finesse this person for the jack, and it's going to lose, and then you'd lose the king also. So there is a way to play the club suit wrong so that you do not get 2 club tricks. So there are going to be some people in the room that only make 9 tricks. You're going to beat them. All right, let's do another one. Oh my goodness. These kind of hands aren't particularly helpful when teaching because you don't really use too much in the way of rules to bid this kind of a hand. I have 8 spades, 4 hearts. I have 8 solid spades, 4 hearts, and the king of diamonds. So if my partner has absolutely nothing, I have 8 tricks. I'm always getting my 8 spade tricks in spades. This is a hand I just always open 4 spades with 8 tricks. Okay, partner came up with a lot. Partner's got the perfect cards for us, which are the ace, king, and jack of hearts. Notice that if this ace, king, and jack of hearts were the ace, king, jack of clubs instead, it would be terrible. That's how important where his honors are is. I am cold for 6 spades here.
Okay.
I'm going to
Yeah.
lose a diamond, and that's it.
I have no idea. Okay. Should I
Go back and tell me why again you said it was horrible.
This layout is perfect.
What's
I'm only losing the king of diamonds to the ace. I don't have any heart losers. I don't have any spade losers. I'm taking 12 tricks on this hand. But you say, well, why didn't partner bid 6 spades? He didn't know that I have a void in clubs and that I have 4 hearts. So if this ace, king, jack were in clubs instead of hearts, let's give him ace, king, jack, 5th of clubs and 3 baby hearts. I don't want to be in 6 spades. It would be a horrible contract. I'm going to lose the ace and the king of hearts off the top, not to mention the ace of diamonds. So 4 spades would be the best contract. But there's no way to know. There's no way for me to know as South whether my partner's points are in hearts, which is a good thing. But if they're in clubs or even diamonds, it's a bad thing. Those values would not do me any good. I need partners' points to be in hearts. Well, they are. So I'm just gonna, there's no way to avoid the ace of diamonds. So I'm gonna go ahead and claim 11 tricks here.
I mean, I make a right on B line, it says to make a right on B line, and then it says to
Let's
take.
do another one. Like I said, those kind of hands are not particularly helpful for teaching because they don't use the normal rules of bidding. Okay, how many points do we have here?
That's the one I'm doing.
3, 5, 6, 10, 12, 12.
Okay. And our shape is that horrible shape, 4-3-3. So when I have 12 points and I'm 4-3-3, I take a point off for being 4-3-3. So I really only have an 11-point hand. I'm
Now
not
you
I'm
did
not
that why?
opening this hand
Why did you take the point off?
because I'm 4-3-3. That's the worst shape you can have.
So it automatically says to you to reduce it by a point?
That's what I do. Not everybody does it, but that's what I do. And it's
Okay.
probably correct. Yes, always. But even if you try to look at it and you say, well, does it meet the rule of 20? No, it doesn't. I have 12 points and I only have 7 cards in my 2 longest suits. So 7 plus 12 is 19. So it does not meet the rule of 20. Notice that if I was not square, if I had 2 4-card suits, it would meet the rule of 20 and I would open it. So whether I take a point off for being square, kind of immaterial. This is not an opening hand, regardless of how you figure out whether you should open a hand or not. So I'm passing. Okay, this 2-spade bid is a weak bid. That is a 6-card spade suit and less than 10 points. Partner's 3-club bid is natural. He had at least an opening hand. He's got at least 5 clubs. He's got 12 or more points. He could have up to 19 points.
Okay, so wait, I'm making a right on the
Do we want to do anything in response to 3 clubs? Is there a possible game? Between north and south. North is showing us at least 12. We have 12. That's 24. We're certainly in game range because what you're looking for is distribution points also. In other words, we know we have at least 24 high card. At least. That's a minimum because partner has 12 or more and I have 12. So we have 24 plus. We don't want to pass 3 clubs. We might miss a game if we pass 3 clubs. We don't want to particularly play in a minor suit ever, not in game. You might want to play in a minor suit at a part score contract, but you don't want to play in minor suits at games. You almost never want to be in 5 clubs or 5 diamonds. That's just the way things are. So we'd like to consider being in 3 no trump. There's only one problem. We do not have a spade stopper in our hand. North might have one, but we don't have one.
I'm ready to know.
So
You live. Mirasol. Yeah, but I thought that if you go into Mirasol, it says job row there. Okay, so you make a right on PG.
So what are you gonna do? You just
I'm
go for
having a
game?
hard time talking over the background noise.
Oh, hold on, Evelyn?
Kind of hear myself.
No, Evelyn? Ev, can you take the phone in the other room, please?
Hold on, hold on. What?
He can hear you. Can you
Oh.
take it into the other room, please?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
All right. Okay, so I do want to check for game here. I don't want to pass. We might easily miss a game. There is a bid that I can make that asks partner, do you have a spade stopper? And it is 3 spades. If I bid 3 spades, I obviously don't have a spade suit. So it's an artificial bid. And even though the description doesn't say so, this is the way everybody I know in the world plays this bid. It asks for a spade stopper. Okay? Partner bid 4 clubs. That means he doesn't have a spade stopper. He would have bid 3 no trump if he had a spade stopper. So now he made his weakest possible bid. My 3 spades is forcing. He cannot pass that. It's an artificial bid. You can never pass artificial bids. So he made his weakest possible bid. He does not have a spade stopper. He's probably short in spades. And he bids 4 clubs. Well, I'm fine with playing it at 4 clubs. I still don't have quite enough points to go to 5 clubs. No trump is out. So let's just pass 4 clubs and we'll play it at 4 clubs. Notice partner did not have a spade stopper. If we would have bid 3 no trump, the opponents would take 6 tricks off the top.
At the tone, please record your message.
Always
May hang up.
always a contest in 3 no trump as to whether you can take 9 tricks before the opponents can take 5 tricks. Well, they're going to take 6 tricks here. I don't have spades. I know he has a 6-card spade suit. He's going to run all 6 of them. But in clubs, I'm fine. How many losers do I have in clubs looking from the north hand, the long club suit? How many losers do I have in clubs? Norm?
1,
What club loser am I going to lose?
10 of clubs,
How many clubs do I have between north and south?
9,
10.
1, 2, 3, 4,
North
5,
has 7, I have 3.
Yeah,
How many
right.
how many are we missing?
3,
So even if they were all in the same hand, that would be 3 to the 10. How does he win the 10 of clubs? I've got the ace, the king, the queen, and the jack. I can play 3 rounds of clubs to pull his trump. I have 0 club losers. How many heart losers do I have? Looking from the north hand only. Well, not only. How many heart losers do I have? Just 1. This 9 of hearts is going to lose to the ace. There's nothing I can do about it. There's nothing I can do with it. I can't dump it on anything. How many spade losers do I have?
2,
How many diamond losers do I have?
none,
This hand's going to play itself. I have 3 losers. There's very little I can do about any of them. I might get away with, because this is the closed hand and they don't know that you have a singleton 9. If the ace of hearts is over here, I can get to dummy after pulling trump and lead the 9 of hearts towards the king. He might play second hand low and my king of hearts might win. And then I don't have a heart loser. So that's the only possible way I can avoid this, any of these losers. There's nothing, I've always got no diamond losers. I've always got 2 spade losers no matter what. And they're going to take these 2 spade losers right off the get-go here. So play that. He's going to play the queen. He's going to follow with the king or the ace. Notice that he led high-low. We thought he only had a doubleton. He did only have a doubleton. He doesn't have any more spades. So what should I do now?
you left the 9.
I could. That's a good response. That's a loser anyway. Or I could rough high. I still have hopes of slipping that 9 by this hand over here and scoring a trick with my king of hearts. Because remember, they can't see this north hand. They can see the south hand. So let's rough that, and we have to make sure we don't get over roughed. So let's rough with the ace. We've got plenty of high trumps. Remember, we still have the king, the queen, and the jack. Even if trumps split 3-0, we're fine. So what do I need to do next? Always pull trump unless there's a reason not to.
Wait a second.
Always pull trump.
I have a question. if you had the ace of spades out on the board, that was led, correct?
Yeah.
Then what is, then you're gonna lose the ace of clubs, the five of spades and the eight.
I'm not losing. I roughed with the highest trump there is. I'm winning this trick. We are in 4 clubs.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were in spades when
No.
you were talking. Okay.
Okay, so
Answers the
now my
question.
next step is to pull trump. Well, I can play small to the queen, lay down the jack. That's probably going to pull trump if they're split 2-1. If they're split 3-0, then I'll play a third trump to the king. So there's no problem with pulling trump. They split 3-2. Let's get the dummy and try that heart play that I was talking about. Now's the time to do it. When you're trying to sneak a trick by, the earlier you do it, the harder it is for the opponents to figure out what you're doing. So let's lead a heart. He didn't fall for it. Most humans would fall for that. It's not always correct to go up with the ace. Most of the time it's not correct. So this is one of those situations where it's hard to defend. The robots are smart enough to know that this was a situation where he had to go up. And now we can claim. If I look at the north hand, all my clubs are good, my diamonds are good, I got the king and ace of diamonds. So I can just claim we got to the perfect contract, we made the perfect number of tricks. Another good score. All right, let's see if we can get one more in. I do have a hard shut off here at 10 that I have to go. I'm playing bridge today and I have to leave. So, okay, so the opponents have bid 1 heart, 4 hearts. And this 4 heart bid is somewhat of it doesn't show a monster hand. What it does is usually shows a 5-card heart suit with around 8 points. That's what this bidding sequence would indicate. And the problem is now it gets to me and I have 19 high card points and the opponents are trying to shut me out of the bidding. We might have 4 spades on, we might have 5 clubs on. Let's make a double. Even if the double is left in, I figure there's a good chance of beating this contract. It does say take out double, meaning we are requesting partner to bid. So that's definitely the place for a takeout double. Partner bids 5 diamonds. There's really nothing I can do over that. Partner would have bid 4 spades if they had a 4-card spade suit. So they kind of have denied having a 4-card spade suit. They bid their longest suit. They have to bid. So this actually could theoretically be only a 4-card diamond suit, which I wouldn't like, but there's not much I can do over it. All right, it was a 6-card diamond suit. A weak hand. Are we going to make this contract or not? Well, let's go through it. How many diamond losers? I'm going to have to do this quick.
1.
1 all day long, nothing you can do about it, especially since it's the trump suit. You cannot not lose to the ace of diamonds. How many spade losers do we have?
2.
At least 2, maybe 3. If the ace and king are on my left, I'm going to lose to the ace, the king, and the 9. How many heart losers do I have?
1. No, none.
That's correct. The ace is going to take care of that one, and then I can trump the other one. I actually have 2 heart losers, but I can trump one of them. How many club losers do I have?
None.
So I have 3 losers all day long. There's not much I can do about it. I'm going down one at this contract, that might not be a bad score. Because if the opponents can make 4 hearts, I'm going to lose 620 points. So down one is only minus 100. So the bidding might have been good bidding. I'm in 5 diamonds. I'm not even doubled. I got no chance to make it. I might go down 2 if I lose 2 spade tricks, but let's see what happens. Okay, so how many diamonds do me and my partner have together? It's always the way you want to treat playing any suit, let alone. You have 9, 6 and 3. So how many are we missing?
4.
Okay, you want to do that calculation for every suit, but particularly your long suits where you have a 9-card fit. It's really, really important to know how many you're missing, because when you know that you're missing 4, the most likely way those are split are 2-2 or 3-1. About equal odds. So I do want to make sure that I can rough that heart. So let's get to dummy as quickly as we can, because I can't rough that heart until I can get to dummy. So let's lead a diamond towards dummy. Okay, they let me get the dummy. They didn't take their ace of diamonds, and the ace of diamonds is now the only diamond out. So I don't need to worry about pulling trump. Usually when you've pulled trump, oh, excuse me, there are 2 diamonds out. There were 4 out to begin with. They both followed suit. I do need to play another diamond, but I don't want to play it now. Because what if the diamonds were split 3-1? And if I play a diamond now, he's going to take his ace and play another diamond, and I'm not going to get to rough that 6 of hearts. So I have to rough that 6 of hearts now. And now I can finish pulling trump. And they were. I do have to pull one more round of trump. Okay. So he's going to cash his ace, king of spades, probably. And that solves somewhat of a problem. I'm not going to lose 3 spade tricks now. So now I can claim. I've got the rest of the tricks. Let's see. In order to claim here, you have to be on lead. Now I can claim. In other words, I got the ace, king of clubs, and those 3 diamonds are good.
If you have a trump out against you,
Mm-hmm.
more often than not, are you better
You want
off?
to pull it unless it's the master trump. The master trump means it's the highest trump. He's always going to get it. I don't care if he roughs in to take it or I play diamonds and he takes it. That's usually the way you play the trump suit, is if the only trump out is the highest trump, you don't pull it. Because it costs me 2 diamonds to pull it. Whereas
Right.
if I let him rough in, he's roughing in, it only costs me 1 diamond. None. Actually, if I just start playing my other good tricks, he'll end up roughing in and get his ace of diamonds, but I don't need to pull it. In this case, I did need to pull it. Notice what happens here. I let a diamond to the 10 and it held. Had I played another diamond, he would have taken the ace and played another diamond. Now I've got this losing heart that I can't avoid. I'm always losing that heart. So I need the rough. Whenever you have to rough things, you have to do it sometimes before you pull trump. Because when I start pulling trump, they could pull 3 rounds of trump and then I can no longer rough my heart. So you got to be careful with things like that. So the rule of thumb is always pull trump unless there's a reason not to. That's what you want to memorize. Always pull trump unless there is a reason not to. Now, did I make a good sacrifice? If we look at the opponent's cards, they have no diamond losers. They have a spade loser. They have a heart loser, and they have 2 club losers. So they probably weren't making 4 hearts. They were going down 1. And had I passed 4 hearts, I would have scored plus 100, as opposed to making a double, getting to 5 diamonds and going down 1 to lose 100. That's the breaks of the game. You can't always do anything about that. But anyway.
How do you define differently slough and rough?
What's that?
How do you define differently slough and rough?
Slough and a rough is when you don't have any cards in the suit they've played and you have trumps in both hands. So you can trump in one hand and get rid of a loser in the other. It's a free trick. It's
Right.
the worst mistake you can make on defense is to give the declare a rough and a slough. You basically never want to do that. If you know declare has no more cards in a suit, like after I've roughed the 6 of hearts, I don't have any hearts in either hand. If they were to lead another heart, I could dump a spade from dummy and rough it in this hand. So roughs and sloughs are great for declarers. They're monstrously bad for the defense.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Norm, I'm going to have to run on you.
All right. I'll send you something that shows what times I will have available this coming week.
Sounds good.
All right, and then you just let me know if that
I'll
works.
pick from there. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.